Deftones, Deathblow, Standard Tuning Method, Guitar Tabs and Guitar Lesson. I'm going to play all the different parts right at the beginning. After that, I'll go back through, give the full explanation for it. Before we dive in, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button. It's the best way of letting me know you like this video and want me to do more Deftones stuff. And now, let's give it a try. Alright, so once again, this is a standard tuning interpretation for this song. I'm pretty sure they're in their G sharp, 7-string, self-titled, all that stuff. But adapting it here to a standard tuning, I think works pretty well. We just kind of sacrifice some of those low voicings and kind of lower vibes to everything. But I think we can compensate for it pretty well to make it work nice. And this initial bit, I'm pretty sure this is like a Chino guitar going on here. He's playing this interesting voicing of the A flat minor here, and we're only worrying about like a couple notes of it really, just like the bass notes of it. And we're gonna bounce around, and this part, it's a bit arbitrary, nothing like super locked in, exact, just kind of getting like a general feel for it. It's a real loose kind of vibe, all right? And initially, like I said, through this A flat minor vibe here, and hitting the 2 on the A to a 4 E, okay, and then just maybe hanging out on the 2 a couple more times, bouncing between the 4, 2, 2, 4 again, just something like that, like kind of a loose back and forth with it. And then we slide up to this D sharp minor, or E flat if you prefer, just hanging out here, slide up to 6th fret on the A, slide up, maybe hit it a few times, and then we'll kind of do that same shape where we're going to come down and bounce between like the 4 on the D, back to the 6A, maybe reverse it, 6A to 4D again. And here's where it gets especially a bit more improv-y, is where you can either call it good there, and it seems like maybe every other time or so, like he'll come down at the end of that and hit this E note, and I think it's fine just to hit it as the open high E here. Okay, something like that. So, like I said, just really loose vibes throughout that part, but just essentially going between those notes of the A flat minor to the D sharp minor or E flat minor. And at the end of it all, after we've gone through it, 4 times or so for the verse, we kind of have this cap on the end of the verse where it's just like a straight up A flat minor shape here, just barring the 4s, and then maybe down to the G is fine, and then having that 6 on the A and D, and it's just kind of like a handful of strums, like a 1, 2, 3. All right, and then we add this little augmented at the 7 of the A, and then just back to the regular shape, something like that, just to cap it all off, and that'll get us into the chorus. For the chorus, everything gets big and overdriven, all that good stuff, and just a couple of chords really, and we're just strumming like eighth note style on this. And of course we, since we're in standard, we try to want to make this sound as big as possible. So a nice way of doing that with the power chords is to just add that extra lower octave with the power chord. So we're going to need this D flat power chord here, and like I say, just add the extra A flat low octave there, and it'll make it sound nice and big. And so we're just doing 4 on the E and A, and then do a 6 on the D and G, and it's just an eighth note jamming out like 4 measures worth. All right, and at the end of it, we just basically take it up a set for the A flat power chord, just basically the 4 on the E, and then make the 6 on the A and D, hit it once, and just let it ring for a couple measures. All right, and at the end of the first chorus, we would do the initial D flat power chord again, and then just cut. All right, as the choruses go on, basically those 2 parts just repeat again. So just a slight distinction there with the choruses. And just for fun, there's like a little sampled thing happening in the back. It kind of sounds like it might be a harmonica or something, but if you want to try to mimic it, I like to maybe like throw on a slide, or you can just do it regular if you like. I think the slide makes it sound a little smoother, like more continuous. But it's basically just going from this E flat note, where I like to grab at like the 11 on the high E, just sliding it down for the D flat here at the 9th fret of the high E. Just the bridge section, we could throw in some little more intricate parts here. Nothing too wild though. It starts with just a big E power chord, and we can make it sound nice and big here by doing the open low E, and then just doing that mid-voiced E power chord, the 7 A on the 9 D and G, and just strumming that out, 8th note, couple measures. Okay, to our D flat at the 4A, 6 D and G with the 4 on the low E. Strum that out a couple measures. And then we'll take it up a step for that A flat. But here we only kind of want to worry about the octave because we're going to scale up with it. So we're just doing like that 4E with the 6D and just strumming that initially. Just kind of muting the A and everything else just by having our fingers slightly touching it as we're fretting the other ones. Alright, and slides up. It's going to just scale up now, that same octave shape, up to the 6 and the 8. Alright, and then keeps going up to the 7 and 9. Takes it up to the 9 and 11. And then finishes it at the 11 and 13. And at the very end, the outro, that initial guitar just gets like really loose and just kind of improv-y, and it's just strumming through this one chord, and it's kind of adding some stuff just to make it kind of a little more suspended, that type of vibe. And basically just you could do something like this where playing with that same A flat minor stuff, and it's like 4E, and then maybe bar the 6s on the A, D, G here, and then leave like the open B, open E under it. Sounds pretty good. We just want that real suspended kind of minorish thing going on. And we're just loosely just strumming through it, arbitrary improv